Hey guys, so this is a video tutorial on how to install the antenna mods from GoatsPrints. So of course this tutorial will work for both the 4 antenna mod or the 2 antenna mod. So what tools will you need? A Phillips head, ideally a small tip. I don't know exactly what number this is. A 1.3 millimeter Allen key. I'll explain later. Tweezers, a knife or maybe a cutter, a heat gun, or maybe a hair dryer. Okay, so first step, let's put this to the side. First step is going to be to take your goggles, remove all of this. And now, so I've already done it to save time, but there's a bunch of screws to undo. So this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, here, 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 and here. Then there's these two. These are star-shaped or star, screws. So this is where the 1.3 works really well. It's important to know that there's 3 types of screws, and it's important to put them back in the right place. So any of these screws here are going to be the same. Then of course there's these two, and then these are different. So just put them to the side and don't mix them all up. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove or detach this plastic cover from this one. So there's 2 little plastic hinges. This is kind of a tricky part to do. It's not that bad, but so the way I do it is I kind of pull from the middle, and then you can take something sharp or a nail, and this will just come off. So there you go. As for this, it's fairly simple. Take this side off, take this one, and then I like to work from the top and kind of pull towards the bottom. Doesn't take too much force, but it comes off. Okay, now there's a bit more unscrewing to do. So these again are different screws, so don't mix them. There's these 4 screws here. So here, 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 and here. I already removed them, except for this one. Deck, and then there's these 2 here. Now there's something a little tricky. The power connector here is blocked by this little block. I know certain goggles have it and certain don't. So my goggles came with the block, so I don't know if you can see, but here there's this power cable and then this little plastic tab. I couldn't just disconnect it and make it go through. So the easiest solution I found was just to take a little knife, a little cutter, and cut this little plastic tab open, right? Doesn't change the aesthetics, and it still works perfectly fine. And now I can easily remove my plastic top. Okay, so now this is probably the trickiest part, the one where you want to be maybe the more careful. So on my goggles, it's already done, but when you're going to open yours, you're going to have glue here. So it's very easy to remove once it's heated. So it'll look just like this here. So what you're going to do is you're going to heat up the area, and then with some tweezers, you're just going to pry it off. It should come off really easily. You shouldn't have to, force it off. Once the glue's off, Maybe some of your connectors will be undone, but let's do it now. So if you have the 4 antenna mod, you're going to be removing all the cables. However, if you only have all of these 4 cables, if you only have the 2 antenna mod, you're going to be removing the orange cable and the green cable, which connect to these antennas here. So here in this tutorial, I'll be installing the 4 antenna mod, so I'll be removing all these cables. They're pretty delicate cables, so don't force, and they should all come off really easily. So now that we have that off, I can come and remove this cover off. Keep this, put it to the side. We're going to be using it for the antenna mod. Alright, now for the installation of the antenna mod. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this plastic cover and we're going to come and place it above the antenna mod. So I like to kind of guide my cables towards the middle, make sure they don't get pinched anywhere, and then you just come and place it. Should be fairly intuitive. And now we're going to come and screw the same screws into these holes. Okay, so we have our 4 screws here, and now we're ready to come and install this on the goggles. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come and guide these connectors through this little hole here on the metal tab right here. Can be a little finicky, and tweezers can help. Having trouble with one of them. There you go. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to come screw the antenna mod on these 2 screws. So just make sure none of the cables are behind this little metal tab. So they're all coming in front. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're good. make sure you don't over torque them. It is plastic. Okay. So technically we could just close that off, but what we're going to start with is the connectors. Okay. So this is a little finicky. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do is connect the connectors to the little tabs. So the way I like to do this is I kind of align them, and then with my tweezers I try to press down, and without too much force, this should kind of snap into position. Get these out of the way. There you go. So I got one here, and now I have these two to do. There you go. Alright, and that's all 4 connectors connected. So now, it's fairly simple. We just have to put the goggles back together. So, let's start with this. Should snap on. It's not going to have as good of a snap as the... I might have made a mistake. Never mind. So yeah, it should snap on. Now we're going to put this on. For the sake of time, I'm not going to do everything in front of the camera, but if you get the idea. Okay, but once it's on, once everything's screwed on, make sure you don't power on the unit without the antennas. But yeah, then everything should be functional. Thank you for watching.